and welcome to my channel and today's video. So I guess I should start this video out by disclaiming I have not bought any makeup in like a year. I decided to do a year of no buy because 2018 and 2019 was an extensive time of spending thousands of dollars on all the new things that were coming out. I feel so guilty for doing that because I, for one, bought so much that I never used it up and it expired, and two, didn't get as much satisfaction out of buying as you would think. And in 2020, I decided to stop being a hyper consumer. I just didn't want to be a part of the problem anymore. So really in this video, I want to do an empties video. I did an empties video in September of 2020, which I will link right here. That was kind of the first round of things that I used up that year because I wasn't buying anything, and I don't know why in that video I forgot to mention the fact that I was doing a year no buy. This is kind of like a series, I guess. And this is the second round of empties that I have gone through, and I kind of want to talk to you about whether I would buy it again or whether I will not, and maybe talk about some replacement and things like that. And at the end of the video, I kind of want to conclude it by talking about how I feel about the whole process, whether I would suggest someone to do it or not, and what I will be doing from now on. So if you're interested in all of that, then keep on watching. There's going to be no categories to this. I'm literally picking things off this little table. It's not all organized. Okay, so the first thing that I'm picking up here is Black Opium perfume. I have been trying so hard to use up my old perfumes because I am into as clean of makeup and skincare and perfume as possible. I don't want to put anything on my skin that isn't clean because all of that leaches into your body and it affects, you know, how your body functions, your hormones, and all of that kind of jazz. That I actually have replaced by a company called DOSSIER. This is what the packaging looks like. It's super minimalistic, and I'm a big fan of that. I like to display minimalistic things like on a counter or on a shelf in the bathroom, so this definitely fits right in. And I love that there's a magnet in the cap here, and it just feels like really heavy and hefty and luxurious. DOSSIER actually reached out to me and asked if I would like to partner with them, which I did, so this little portion is sponsored by them. I really connected with their mission and what they're all about, so that's why I said yes. Here we are. So besides the fact that this looks stunning, it smells stunning. It just smells like richness and luxury. This is actually inspired by Dolce & Gabbana, the men's one, so it just smells so good and just so beautiful. So let's talk about the brand itself. They are a cruelty-free and vegan company. They have clean ingredients, and obviously they're kind of like a minimalistic company. The cool thing about them is that they basically are inspired by luxury brands that cost anywhere from $50 to $280, and they make scents that range from $29. So they are a very, very affordable brand of perfume, but they're also cruelty-free and vegan. All their products are free of phthalates and parabens, and all of it is produced in France. So they are also abiding by all of the EU regulations, so they clearly don't have any of those toxins that the US allows. I like the fact that when they send you the perfume, they include a little tester, and this is kind of their way of allowing you to completely have zero risk. They will allow you to return this for free or to exchange it for free. So as long as you're using a little tester and seeing how you feel about the perfume and not dipping into the big boy, you're able to send this back and either get a full refund or exchange it for something else. So you're not only saving anywhere from 70 to 90% of your money, but you also are completely having zero risk for trying this brand out. So definitely check out my description box for a link to check the website out. So next I see some hair products. The first thing is the Verb Gentle Cleanse Style Extender and Light Volume Dry Shampoo for dark hair. Obsessed, best dry shampoo that's luxury that I've ever tried in my life. I've replaced this with a little squeeze bottle of powder just because I don't really love sprays because they're bad for the environment. But if I don't love that one, I definitely would repurchase this. This is freaking phenomenal. The next thing is the Amika The Cure Intense Repair Mask. I'm not going to talk too much about it. It's not super pricey, but it's not super cheap. And I just feel like it didn't do anything really intense to my hair like it says it should, and I just would not repurchase it. Next thing is the Batiste Dry Shampoo Plus for dark hair. Love this, use this today. Really phenomenal product, really affordable. If I am kind of short for cash, I will just run into Target and get something like this. I think it's great, no white cast, really does a good job of sucking up oils. Love it, great, would definitely repurchase. Next, we have the X Out Wash and Treatment. So this is by Proactive actually, and I did receive this as something to review and post on my Instagram, and I do like this. I like the versatility of this. You can use it as a mask, you can use it as exfoliator, or you can use it as a spa treatment. I like this. Would I repurchase? No. I would not repurchase, just because there are other products that I use for acne that are just as good, and I just don't see the reason of repurchasing this. Although it is a nice like exfoliator and it does a good job, I just don't foresee myself repurchasing that. Next skincare item is the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid. I do like this. I will not lie, I do like this, but I like my True Botanicals exfoliating mask more. I have enjoyed using it, but it just is not like my favorite skincare that I've ever tried. Next, we have True Botanicals. I have 3 products that I've used up. I have used up the cleanser, the oil, and the repair serum. I love all of these. These are all in the clear because I sometimes do get breakouts, so I want to control that as much as possible. Love these. Use them up. Already have seconds. Will never stop buying True Botanicals. They are a basically really toxin-free brand. You can recycle their packaging, and it just is very aesthetically pleasing, and I've seen such a huge improvement in my skin over the past year ever since I started using them. So love it. We'll continue using it. Next, we have the Avene Thermal Spring Water. This is like a little facial mist. I found this in my makeup like 3 months ago, and I was like, I'm definitely not going to set my face with this, so I need to put this in the bathroom with my skincare. I've been using it on my face before and after hyaluronic acid, and it has been making my skin so smooth and so hydrated. Would I repurchase this? I feel like this is a little too bougie for me. It's pretty expensive. If I had like the cash to spend, maybe, but I think I'll probably just pick up a mist from True Botanicals, just because that's like, I'm already buying True Botanicals. Why not just add that in? But I just don't think it's like anything out of the ordinary, and I definitely could replace it with something else that's a little more convenient for me. The next thing is the Superhero It Mascara. This dried out on me so fast. But besides that, I really like the formula. I think it did a really good job on my lashes. It's like a thin, pretty standard wand, so it's like the fabric kind of fiber one instead of being plastic, which I really like. Yeah, it just got so dry on me so that I just don't think it's worth the money to get a mascara that's going to dry out that fast. Next thing we have is the Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser by Maybelline. Love this. Have used this for years. Would definitely repurchase if I like run out of my Tarte Shape Tape, which is my favorite concealer. It's pretty high coverage. I would never buy it in a light shade like this again, but I think it does a great job for a drugstore product. Really great. Next, we have the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. It's so hard for so long to use this up, and I'm finally there, and I'm pretty happy about it. Do I like this foundation? Yes. I think it's pretty good. Are there other foundations that I would pick over this? Also, yes. So it's been quite a journey trying to use this up, because this has lasted me like 2 years, and so if you want a foundation that will like never run out on you, Bare Minerals is the way to go. We have the Pixi Glow Mist spray. I have used this to set my makeup for so long, and I love it. It's great. I would totally repurchase this when I run out of my other setting sprays. I think I might have also mentioned this in my last makeup empties. This is the Great Barrier Relief by Crave. I really do like this. This does a really good job moisturizing my skin. Sometimes I use it just by itself if I'm like running low on my oils. This is really good to put on right after your serum and then put an oil on top. It does like double the work of like making sure all of this is going deep into your skin. Do like that. It's pretty affordable. It's a really good skincare brand, and I definitely like it, and I already have a second that I'm using, and I would repurchase that once I use that up as well. We're down to a few products. Yay. The next thing is the Bare Minerals Stick Foundation. It's all gone. I really don't feel like scraping the last little bit. I think the packaging is so beautiful, and I like that it's like a really nice, like hefty clasp kind of thing. I did like this foundation. It's so hydrating, but you definitely need to set this a lot or you'll be able to like kind of wipe it off your face. I did like this. If I was ever running out of a stick foundation though, I don't think this would be the one that I would pick over everything else, but if you like a hydrating foundation that's a stick, I think this is a pretty darn good solution. It was good, but it was not my favorite foundation that I've ever used that's a stick. Next, we have a powder. This is the Cover FX Light Matte Setting Powder. Didn't love it, didn't hate it, did the job. I don't think I would ever repurchase this. I just don't really buy things from Cover FX, and I don't see myself going and getting that. Same thing applies for this. This is the Lancome Long Time No Shine Powder in Translucent. I did like this. This took me so long to use up, but I just don't see it as anything like super extraordinary. It was a good setting powder. It did its job, but it wasn't like, oh my god, yeah, I want to get this again and again and again. It was good. It was fine. Next, we have the NYX Brow Pencil. I love these. These are the best dupes for the Anastasia pencils. They're super affordable, so good. If NYX still makes these are phenomenal, and I would totally get them again. Next, we have the Clear Brow Gel by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is probably the only product that is like super stand out from them that I would continue to repurchase. I think it's the greatest clear brow gel. I've never found anything that I liked more than this. I already have this repurchased in a big size, and I love it. I just don't think that I would ever get anything else from them. And then the last thing is this tea tree oil by Nature's True. I did like this. This is something that Daniel picked up, but I just don't think that there's any need to get any specific brand of tea tree oil. I think they all kind of do the same thing. So I want to give you some facts that really set me off the edge and really pushed me to stop being a mega hyper consumer. In 2019, the beauty space was a $532 billion business. So it has a 5 to 7 growth rate every year, which means that by about 2025, this industry will be worth $800 billion. USA is responsible for about 20% of that spending, and I was part of that 20% for 2 years. How do I feel about not buying in 2020? I feel great about it. I was able to use up so much of my makeup. I was able to really, truly clean out old stuff that I was never going to use again and start using up the things that were still not expired to get to the products that I've been meaning to use for forever that are still in boxes. I feel really good about being able to kind of declutter my makeup collection and use things up, and I think there's such a feeling of empowerment from that I really like, that I will continue doing that. In years to come, I'm not going to be so hard on myself. If I want to buy something and I sit on it for a while and I still want it, I will go ahead and buy it, but I will no longer just be buying because something new is out, and I feel good about that, and I don't find that it's hard after going through the initial itch, as a person living in the United States, we're kind of pushed into this consumerism role where you must buy to feel good, and that is such a temporary feeling. Once you get over that little hump of wanting to feel good for those 2 seconds and then feeling like you need to buy something else, it's pretty easy. So I never felt like I was missing out on anything. I just felt good about what I was doing for myself, for my wallet, for the planet. Saving money and not having clutter in your house is surprisingly therapeutic, and it'll make you feel better. So where will I go from here? I felt so good about not buying for so long, but I am now allowing myself to purchase things that are really innovative and that are new and that I don't have in my collection. So I feel like 2 brands that came out with really cool things was Auric and Vive, and I bought things from them, and I don't feel bad because I haven't purchased in a year, and I wasn't buying just because of impulse purchases. I did research, I wanted the products, they were different, and they fit very nicely into my collection. They're not just a backup for something, and moving forward, I think that I will definitely allow myself to buy when necessary, but I definitely am not in this mind space of oh, new thing, must buy. It's been really nice to kind of go on this journey and see how far away I could get from having that itch of wanting to buy just to buy, because it releases endorphins for 5 seconds, and then you're on to buying the next thing because it's exciting and it's fun till it gets here, and then you forget that you have it. It's nice to step away from that, and I feel good about that, and I am taking that along for the rest of my life, and it really taught me to evaluate what I really want and what I really need in my life and find a good balance between the two, because I don't ever want to feel like I'm restricting myself. But I definitely never needed to spend thousands and thousands of dollars a year on makeup. That's just unnecessary. So taking that step back really kind of shows you where your new boundaries should be, and it's nice to do this and learn that about yourself. I think I would suggest everyone try this, and I would suggest that everyone do at least a 3-month, a 6-month, a 9-month, or a year, depending on, you know, how you feel after the 3 months. It's all about trying it out, pushing yourself further, and seeing what you come out like on the other end and going from there. So that is all that I have to say. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know if you've done a year of no buy in the description below, and tell me how it went and how you feel about it afterwards, because I feel great and I think everyone deserves to feel this way. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.